Update: my wife stopped taking her birth control without informing me. I never expected the amount of replies I ended up receiving on my post, nor did I even realize the gravity of my wife's betrayal at the time of posting. I had a lot of people comment or reach out asking for an update, so here goes. I had made the decision that until we knew if she was pregnant or not, that I just wanted some distance to cool down from my initial anger and shock. I told the wife this, and spent a few days over at a buddy's house trying to process everything. Ironically, my wife's birthday fell within the days I wasn't home, so she's been extremely pissed at me, too. She ended up informing me this morning that she got her period and asked if that means I'm coming home now. I'm still feeling extremely betrayed by her, and although we did dodge the bullet this time around, I have so little trust in my wife now that I don't know if our relationship will be salvageable. I'd rather be a young divorcee than feel like I need to keep my condoms in a lockbox or something to prevent my own spouse from tampering with them. I'm not 100% sure if therapy would even be worth it considering she's still infallible in her own mind, but I guess if she sees the light and genuinely apologizes soon, I'd be willing to pursue it just because I do love her. As far as I'm concerned, the ball's in her court, and if she wants to try and make this right, it's going to take some actions on her part that show she's truly sorry and willing to earn my trust back. I'm not sure that even if she does make the effort that our relationship is repairable at this point, but maybe after some extensive couples therapy we can figure out exactly where our relationship went wrong, where she thought that behavior would be acceptable. Thanks, Reddit. Ironically, my wife's birthday fell within the days I wasn't home, so she's been extremely pissed at me, too. Gotta say, this doesn't bode well because it seems she obviously doesn't understand why you'd be upset and might miss her birthday. Please remember that there's a difference between apologizing for what she did, genuine remorse, and apologizing for getting caught. The problem is she will probably just do and say whatever you tell her to in order not to divorce. She won't actually mean any of it because she doesn't think she did anything wrong, and she will never accept that she was in the wrong for this. Same with therapy, she would just say whatever she needs to in order to get what she wants, because in her mind, as long as she gets what she wants, then she is never wrong. If you stay, you will be staying with someone you can't trust with anything, ever. You don't have children, I would leave. Like everyone said here, she will do it again. Don't have sex with her. What will you gain from it? The bad outweighs the good. Keeps condoms in a place she doesn't know so she cannot tamper with them. After sex, don't put the condoms in the bin. Because a buddy of mine did that, the wife used it and got pregnant. I would say flush the used condom, but it will block the pipes. So the best thing to do is boil it. Kill of the sperm by boiling it. She seems manipulative, sneaky, and conniving. If she willing to do this, just imagine what else she capable of. Then she doesn't even give you a proper apology. This is divorce territory in my opinion. I could never trust a person THST does this. If you do divorce, be wary of gaslighting and manipulation. I'll acknowledge my own bias, but you are dealing with someone who is literally trying to control you through reproductive abuse. It is the same as a guy pulling a condom off during sex. In some areas it is considered a form of rape because you agreed to non-reproductive sex. I don't think I could ever trust someone like that again. Especially not with a child. Update us once you have the kid and quit school, because if you keep making excuses for her, that's exactly where you'll end up. Dude, you dodged a huge massive bullet there. Don't gamble, get a divorce. Like, now. Coming here to say just because she is bleeding doesn't mean she isn't pregnant. Implantation bleeding is a thing, and you can have light bleeding during pregnancy, especially in the beginning. If you go home, have her take a test in front of you. I'm old, female, and I've seen a few things. I can tell you from experience, this is only going to get worse. Handing the ball to someone who uses the ball maliciously is, well, not rational. She has shown you her colors, and you're handing her the responsibility for your future happiness? You need some life management skills that don't involve anyone but you. If she is willing to abuse you in this way, imagine what she'll do to a child. Yikes. Edit. Just want to add, the way I figured out the life management thing was to find people whose lives and marriages I admired, and hang out with them, you know, people who have their life shit together, go visit, open the door to it, it rubs off on you. So, what can she do to make this one right? And what would that even look like? Especially if she believes she's infallible. She'll do it again, but next time she'll make sure she's pregnant before you find out. This is a form of sexual abuse. You were sexually abused. If a male removes a condom, it's stealthing a form sexual abuse. So it is exactly the same in return when a woman does it to a man. It is sexual abuse. You can only fully consent to sex when you are fully informed. You were lied to in order to engage in sex. I'm so sorry this happened to you, and I hope everyone can recognize it for what it is. So sick of people laughing when women do this, like, haha, stopped my birth control but didn't tell my husband. And yes, I'm a woman saying this. I would leave her. Massive trust violation. Women who do that don't care what their partner thinks. She will keep doing it, even if that means waiting until you relax. She might make effort until then, but be prepared for a surprise pregnancy. I've known a couple of women like this. It's horrifying. Did she take the test? Having a period does not mean pregnancy did not take place. Implantation bleeding can look like a period, and for all you know she could be lying about having one unless you find used period products in the bins or see that she's been using them. Even then she could have just binned them to give the impression she had a period. Do not trust her until you've done 2 pregnancy tests and they've both come back negative and you watch her take them. Just divorce her before she tries to trap you again. Next time you might not be so lucky and she's not even apologetic about what she's done. She will probably just do it again. You did not consent to unprotected sex. Full stop. Are you sure she got her period and isn't just telling you yet another lie just to get you to come home? I would verify. Woman shrugging, light skin tone. Might come across as harsh, but this is such a sensitive situation to could literally ruin his life before it gets started, that I'd consider laying out the terms of a genuine apology. Included in it would be some kind of birth control implant. There's no other way for you to be sure, really. Really? You wear a rubber, how do you know she didn't poke a hole in it? Even then, you're gonna have to discard your condoms safely. She says she's taking her birth control again. How would you know? She could systematically discard pills if she's desperate for a baby. The only other option is abstinence, and that's just shitty for everyone and would lead to resentment. Do you know you can have your period and be pregnant? It's why most women find out at 2/3 of a month. I was a baby born out of the kind of situation your wife tried to create. 28 years later, and the only parent I speak to is my dad. Her inability to empathize and her preference for manipulation above honest communication _never improved _. By your wife's apology I can tell she is nowhere near the ability to see you as a complex being. Please do divorce. You deserve love and respect. I didn't see your first post, but I just went back and read it. I just wanted to say be careful if you decide to stay with her. I know somebody who did this. She was quite proud of herself about it actually. When they got married they agreed to wait at least a year, but she started flushing her BC bills on their honeymoon. A year and a half later, when she wanted another baby, she did the same thing again. Her husband never got a say in any of it and they ended up divorced after the second time she betrayed him. Now he pays child support on 2 kids he rarely sees because he's in the military and is not stationed nearby where she moved after the divorce. Your wife doesn't seem to think she did anything wrong, and because of that she definitely might do it again. Just want to point out, if this had been about a guy poking holes in condoms or exchanging anti-conceptionals with sugar pills, everyone would call him a rapist. So that's what I'm going to say. Your wife attempted to rape you with the intent of getting pregnant. Drop her and leave. Don't even tell her until you serve her with divorce papers. She likes surprises apparently. Did you tell her about reproductive coercion? I'm curious if she will ever understand the extent of betrayal she has done. This is why men should also have a birth control. Dude, fucking no. Are you out of your goddamn mind? Divorce her. She tried to baby trap you. She will do so again. She has never shown any remorse. She's annoyed at you. How are you not seeing this? Public service announcement. When you sexually assault someone, don't expect them to celebrate your birthday. So, I didn't see your initial post and have only just read both now. I work in the domestic and family violence sector. What she's done is reproductive coercion. It's a form of abuse. Paired with the fact that she doesn't see what she did was wrong and that she's never wrong, and was pissed you needed to take time out and missed her birthday, I honestly don't see her changing or apologizing unless it's part of a honeymoon period in the cycle of abuse. I'd try and get out ASAP and dodge this bullet. Please stay away from her. This is abuse and no amount of couples therapy can fix that. Even you, Ebby45, who's known for helping people in abusive relationships on this sub, and works with helping abuse victims in real life, has commented here. I think it's a good idea if you seek therapy separately, to be honest, so you can get an outside perspective on this. Best of luck to you, and I hope you're doing all right after what happened. The comments here are pretty one-sided. I'm not disagreeing, but I also want to make a voice for the possibility that she might be truly sorry, and this could be a pivotal moment for the relationship to deepen through sharing your vulnerabilities. It depends on her character and your capacity to forgive, and probably some good counseling. Just wanted to balance the comments. We don't know your wife. You obviously do, and it's your call. Actually, the balls are in your pants. Grow them out. I think divorce is now your only option. Really can't come back from what she tried to do. If you have sex with her ever again, you're an idiot. If you decide to have kids with this woman, you're an idiot. If you stay married to a woman you're not having sex with, you're an idiot. She isn't interested in patching things up. She's interested in screwing you over again, since the first attempt failed. This level of betrayal does not warrant forgiveness. A person who cares about you will not do something of this magnitude. Get the hell out of there. It isn't just that she thought it was acceptable toward you. It's that she thought this was acceptable at all. This is not a relationship issue. This is a morality issue. Your wife is a horrible person, flat out. It's kind of rare, but a woman can have a period early in her pregnancy. Probably not pregnant, but use a test. Even if she apologizes, if it were me in your shoes, I'd still keep my condoms in a lockbox. If I decided to stay at all. This was just a massive violation of your autonomy. The fact that you've explained to her why you're so upset and she has the nerve to be mad because you missed her birthday, what is she, 5? Would make any apology that came once she was facing a divorce ring pretty false. Ask her how she would react if your roles were reversed and she was the one vocally adamant about not wanting kids yet. One day she finds out that you've been poking holes in the condoms to try to get her pregnant. By surprise, she would 100% not be okay with this. If she says differently, then she's unquestionably a liar. I love how forgiving everyone is of her deception. It was a mistake. Right. When a dude does something comparable, it is rape. When a chick does it, it was a mistake. As someone who is married to a guy who pulls the "I'm sorry you feel that way" shit for the same reason. Really reconsider your marriage. She's not going to suddenly start caring about your feelings on this matter. She basically raped you. Much like when a guy secretly takes off the condom during sex, this is the same thing. I am very glad this didn't go the way she planned. And you're right. Divorcing would be the healthier option than existing in a relationship where you have to actively fear sexual intercourse. I'd seriously ask her what her opinion on reproductive coercion is, and why she assumed you would be happy that she got pregnant. Because given the evidence at hand, she wasn't just wrong, she was dead wrong. I hope your wife genuinely realizes how wrong she is for doing that. I wish it were easy for people to just own up to their fuck-ups and that we all had a healthy amount of self-awareness. But that's not the case. Even if she does understand she messed up, it's completely okay that you still want to pursue divorce. Unless you can find a way to be at peace with everything. By that I mean, if reconcile with her, it means you cannot hold this over her head, for your relationship's health. At the same time, forgiving her doesn't require reconciliation. Take your time and find a way that works best for you, that will help you sort out your feelings and clear your mind. If I know this sub like I think I do, then I won't be the first to tell you that this is sexual assault and you should call the police immediately and get a restraining order. She raped you. It's over. Dude, walk away and don't look back. I know it's harsh, but you were betrayed, and the hell of it is she doesn't think she's done anything wrong. A deception this large doesn't warrant granting a second chance. Leave, and leave now, before there really is a child in the picture, leading to yet another child growing up in a divided household. Edit. Grammar. Deliberately trying to baby trap a man, even if you're married to him, is just as shitty as stealthing, removing the condom and having raw sex without the woman realizing it, or the abuser behavior of trying to make a woman pregnant against her will or without her knowledge. If you genuinely want to try couples counseling, give it a try, but don't have unprotected sex with your wife until you feel you can trust her. If that seems like it would be, never, then end the relationship now, before you get even more financially, emotionally, and legally entangled. She ended up informing me this morning that she got her period and asked if that means I'm coming home now. She still refuses to even try to understand. She's basically like, whatever, I'm not pregnant. Come home now. She does not understand that she betrayed you. It's more than her not being pregnant this time. It's about her deciding your future without your consent. I'd divorce her now to save you many more years of grief. She is a classic narcissist. This will never change. She's pissing me off. No sincere apology, the entitlement, the lack of loyalty. Fuck that. And now it's resulting to a mess that you're gonna have to pay for. I mean literally, money. Divorce or therapy. WTF is wrong with people? Oh, and I can't even trust fully that she got her period. At this point, she could be lying and deceiving you just to get her way. PBFFF. Spermicidal lubricant, and that is if you find yourself feeling frisky around her. However, I don't see how someone could feel any kind of sexual attraction towards someone with such nefarious intentions. 18 years, 18 years, she gets one of your kids, got you for 18 years. Remember, once the population paste leaves your body, you are powerless. Impregnation via surreptitious use of a used condom. Doesn't matter, kid's yours, pay up. Forgot to take birth control, even though you've made it clear you desperately don't want kids? Doesn't matter, kid's yours, pay up. Jerked off in your sleep, and the result put to some ungodly use without your consent? Doesn't matter, kid's yours, pay up. I'd leave TBH. You consented to safe and protected sex, she never gave you that. That's a massive red flag. And her apology is bullshit as well. It's disgusting behavior on her part, and it's ridiculous she thinks that apologizing for your reaction is an apology. I'm so sorry this has happened to you.